Hi, we're back for part 3 of how to use VUE. Please go back and watch parts 1 and 2 if you haven't done so. This time we'll be covering search and pathways. So you'll remember that we added this content last time. Here we've got a web link and a document about cats of the rainforest. So I want that content to be searchable, and it is. But let's say there's some keywords in there that I want to pull out, like this article mentions jaguars. So I'm going to control click and click add keywords. So it's already got the label, but what I'm going to do is add a keyword. And that's all I've got to do. I can add some more if I'd like to. Maybe an ocelot. And there we are. Now I can search my entire presentation, and how I do that is I just go to Windows, and I'm going to click Search, and type in ocelot. And it'll highlight for me the parts of my map that contain the search word. So I'll do a more obvious one, the name of one of my modules, which is birds. Save instead of search. And there we go. So you can see that's really handy. In such a small map, it's not as useful, but when you have a really large map, you can be using keywords to tag various things. It'll search the names of images. It'll search your all of your linked content. It's a really useful feature. So next we're going to move on to pathways. Pathways you can think of as how you turn your map into a presentation. So if you've organized all this information and you need to present it to someone, you can use VUE's tool, Pathways, to create a slide-like presentation of your information. So to do this, again, we're going to go to Windows and click Pathways. And I want a new pathway. Let's say I'm going to call this one cats and insects. I'm going to cover those two topics in this one. You can do as much or as little as you'd like. And I need to add objects to the pathway. So I'm going to select cats and insects. I'm going to add them. I can either add them as individual nodes, or I can create a composite slide of the two so that I have a separate cats and insects slide, but I'm just going to add them individually. And you can see that it shows you the pathway, so these black boxes that pop up are the pathways or the slides that are going to occur when you use this as a presentation. You can just click this right here to get rid of that view. I prefer not having them there myself. This dashed line appeared to show you that they're now connected with the pathway. The third option for a pathway, you saw the composite slide or just the regular nodules in the slide, is dynamic frame, which basically is like a zoomed in part of your map. So let's say you want just an image. I'm going to click dynamic frame. It pops up with a frame, which I can then drag and resize to what I'd like. So I'd like just this picture of the insect. So now I have 2 slides, and I'm going to play it back and show you what it looks like. What it's going to do for the first slide is take the information from cats and pop it on a slide for me. Same with insects. And then for the dynamic, it'll just show me the part that I've selected in the frame. So when I click playback, it's starting at the end. So here I have my dynamic slide. Insects and cats. So there you have pathways. If you want to show your presentation, you can simply go to Launch Presentation. And you can have various pathways. So within one content map, you can have multiple presentations. It's a pretty nifty built-in tool. Stay tuned for the final video.